It's the brainchild of my manager, Peter Conway, really. He went to Paris and saw the La Fête de la Musique, where Paris comes alive for a whole weekend. Gigs all over the city. And he said, well, let's recreate a bit of that in Canary Wharf and propose it for the summer solstice. And it culminates in this new work called the Compass Suite. The Compass Suite really tells the story of all the points of the compass in a musical way. So, for example, we have North, Kathryn Tickell, playing her Northumbrian English folk music. We have South, myself, and I start off with Mali, West African music, and then move on to Cuba. We have West, and James Morton plays some New Orleans funk. And then we have East, where Bangladeshi British pianist Kishon Khan brings a lot of Asian traditions together with jazz and a little bit of Latin as well. I think actually it's quite apt as playing the Compass Suite in the Docklands, because obviously people from all over the world in days gone by came together to trade, and merchants and ship owners and all this sort of thing.
We've had very little get-together time, so the band have had very little time to rehearse it. And some of the compositions are not straightforward.
Alex has been working hard doing people's charts and emailing MP3s, but I guess they've all been sitting in their sitting rooms listening and practicing themselves.
If I was writing for classical musicians, that would have been easier in a way, because I would have just written it all out, given them the parts, and that would have been that. But with the musicians we've got here, I didn't want to just write them something and say, play that exactly, because that's, you know, they're so great. You want to get the most out of them and hear what they actually do.
As a composer, as opposed to a player, it's great because I haven't heard this music except in my head until the rhythm section yesterday, and actually today's the first time you hear what it sounds like.
35 musicians, all in one room. We've never met each other. I mean, we know a couple of us know each other, but we never played as an ensemble. It's 9:30, and by 4 p.m. we'll have run this piece. So we're doing quite well. Most of the musicians are here. It is 10:15, but our engineer is not here, and we've not got any power on stage, so most of us can't play, so I'm a bit concerned about that. We will chase. I'm still quite insistent that in 50 minutes we start playing in whatever way we can, because we can't fall behind on this day's schedule.
In my section of the piece, I've very much used the traditional music of my region of the northeast of England, of Northumberland, to inspire what I did. So I've used the Northumbrian pipes, fiddles, guitar, and then piano accordion. That's quite a typical instrument in that sort of music. But also Amy, who plays accordion with us in this piece, is doing some clog dancing.
Yeah, it's quite an unusual thing to see in there, but I mean, it's just great that you can get all these different kind of elements and just make it work together.
Now I want the whole brass section in. I want everybody in. I want the whole street band and everything. And all these things that I had been thinking, oh, I haven't got time to get all of that sorted out. I'll just keep it quite, streamlined, my piece. But now I'm wishing that there was time.
The way I involve things in East is initially by orchestration, so I've invited one of the best percussionists, Pandit Dinesh, and I've invited an Indian violin player called Karthik. So sonically they create that Eastern sound. But we've based these songs on a couple of rags, which are scales, Indian scales, and we've based the melody on that, and we've taken a whole lot of concepts which are kind of all around South Asian musics, from folkloric musics to the Indian classical musics, and we've put them into this composition.
See, rhythm is rhythm. Pulse, heartbeat is the same for everybody. It all depends how you mix it together, without sounding alien or without sounding, say, hey, I'm Indian and hey, I'm Latin. No. Music should be, like I told you, it should be one piece,
I start off with Mali, West African music, and then move on to Cuba. I think the musicians have gelled beyond my expectations. The team I've put together, the musicians, they're used to accompanying a whole range of artists. Frank Tonto will be playing with Craig David and George Michael, but he is also one of the original drummers of Osibisa, West African jazz band. I saw Trevor Miles on trombone last time playing with Tom Jones when he came to my hometown of Zurich to play. So they're all used to slipping between the genres in an authentic way.
We have a core band of around 10 musicians with a 4-piece horn section on stage and full rhythm section. And I also wanted to bring in, on top of the core band, a New Orleans style marching band, which means big drum section, marching drum section, and brass section as well. So we got in a group called Kinetika Bloco.
Well, we've been rehearsing all day, sorted out all the different sections, all the compass points, the intro, the finale, and now we're going to try and put it all together. We are going to put it all together and play the first run through. It went fantastically well. I mean, you could hear each musician gradually find their place within each tune, and this is where you get great musicians. They gradually find their corner, how to voice a chord, how to play an accent, how to change, when to back off, and then when to push it. And in that last run through, I just heard all those things happen.
I think the audience are going to love it. I don't think they're not going to know what's hit them.
It'll be remembered by the audience for a long time.
I think anything that teaches people and opens people's horizons to something that they're not expecting is a good thing.
I think tomorrow will go very well. I think the main challenge is replicating what we've done in this controlled environment inside, in an outdoor environment.
So please give it up this evening for the Compass Suite.